All right, in this video, I'm going to show how I use the Jamboard with an engaging activity, just as a warm-up activity. This is just an example. So I have this site here called the Scramblinator. All right, it's a difficult one. So let's say I have a bunch of like a question here. I'll copy that question and I'll post that here. And what this does is it scrambles the words. So I'm not sure if you can see that, but here I have a bunch of questions here. And yes, I have a bunch of questions there, and I'll create a Jamboard, for example. Create a Jamboard. And let's just call this the test Jamboard. And by the way, I learned this too from a great teacher called Bob. He's my mentor, and I know everything. I mean, I learned about this particular activity from Bob. And a person I learned pretty much everything I know about teaching from. Okay, so save this. And this is a warm-up activity I do pretty much every morning. And I should mention, you can also change the options and you can scramble both words and letters. So this here becomes, if I scramble both words and letters, becomes like that. And students actually love this. They love it. So it takes some time to decipher this, and it gets them engaged in the morning. So anyways, I'll put this over here. Put this instead. You can have different options, but let me do this. And so just so you can see what both are the same, it's just different. They've been scrambled different. And I'll throw them into breakout rooms on Zoom or whatever, Google Meets. And let's say we have 4 rooms. I make 4 copies. And I'll say, all right, team 1, you have board number 1. Team 2, you have board number 2. Team 3, you have board number 3. And then team 4, you have board number 4. I'm going to throw you into breakout rooms for 5 minutes or whatever, 10 minutes. And first team to finish wins. I still have to try the first team to finish wins, but that's something I'm going to try out. And they go into their rooms and they work on it. So this is from my last class on Friday, and look, they keeps them engaged and they work on it. You find different teams here. There's a different team. I usually give them a warm-up question to get started with their partners first of all, and some of them wrote, but yeah, you see, and it gets colorful sometimes, and they get really creative sometimes with the board. Well, they started putting questions, and yeah, this was a simple one, but yeah, a simple one. I have even way more colorful boards that they create. So something like this, they get really colorful, and it's nice. Anyways, that's how I use the Jamboard with this activity called, I forget the name of it, but there you go. Enjoy.